have this vivid memory of sitting in the bathtub one time and just crying.
I think I punched my dad once.
You're not in charge of me right now. Like, you just won't leave me alone.
I had an epidural in my back, so I couldn't move very well.
She just wanted me to keep pushing and keep going.
Everybody had one. Like, if you didn't have one, you were looked down upon.
This is a show where teenagers share their experiences growing up in today's world. I'm your host, Dr. RJ, and this is A Teen's Perspective.
I just thought about something. Evan is a rapper. Can you give us like a 30-second example of the skills? You can play something that you've already made. You know,
okay. I'll do that.
Okay, here we go, guys. Here we go. So Evan is going to play something for us.
You get it.
Maddie's saying she's getting excited. Maddie's saying she can't wait to hear it. So this is something I have to tell Evan all the time. I'm going to tell you guys, if you have a gift, gifts are meant to share. They're not for you, okay? So if you were born with some type of talent, it's not for you just to sit around and sing to yourself all day, right? It was a gift, and gifts are meant to share. So Evan is about to rap for us, all right? So
I'm just going to play my music. I'm just going to
play our music. Okay, here we go. We're ready.
Digits swarm, 23 like Jericho. And without on top, game over, you know it. But the industry's hard as cold as stone. The stones as cold stone. When it hits my throat and my brain froze. Oh, how I scream for the parlor. The song was supposed to be a scholar, but I still be dropping knowledge. Yeah. You move your hands like it was all state. Y'all think this is a play day, but this is payday. You finna naysay, I finna let it rip like a Beyblade. Then take my vacay, make you say Mayday. This is my fate, influenced by shady, but I'm from the sun's fine state of mind. You read me on my cheese, but does it matter? When I can cheese the grapes, I mean you haters gon' hate it.
Nice, that's what I'm talking about.
That's the first
Great job. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. There we go. Oh, that was nice. I like it. So I've already kind of heard it, so I was ready, man, for you guys to hear it. All right, so my friend, let's see. Mishka says she likes it. Maddie says, yes, it's great. Haley says the vibe. Raquel says good. The rhyme says Mark, nice. Can listen to this beat all day. Good. He just be vibing. Yes, great job, man. You're getting so much love in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said fire. Hey, well, thanks for that. So, and like I said, if you have a gift, you have to share a gift, all right? So every week at the beginning, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to share your gift. I know Haley is going to be singing for us next week. So if you have something you want to share with me, tell me. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to remember. All right, let's get down to how to get what you want. So I know this is a topic of interest because let's face it, we all want what we want. Think about it. We do. We want something and we want it now. So I'm going to teach you how to get more of that. Now, to make this even more realistic, can you guys in the chat, everyone type in if there's something that you want, and I'm not talking about something like super far away because, you know, I think that's good that you have a long-term goal, but I'm looking for something like short-term. If there's something you want, you've tried and you haven't been able to succeed at it yet, put it in the chat because I'm going to use your example as a real example as I'm helping you guys navigate to getting what you want. All right, so let's put in the chat. Let's see here who has a want that they can get help with. And don't worry, I won't call on you, you know, unless you want me to call on you because it'd be cool if I can just coach you on the spot, but we'll see. Someone says swimming. They want to get good grades this summer. I want to make the basketball team. I like that. I like that. Make good quality friends. I like that. Somebody said a job. All right, so I'm going to pick one of these and we're going to use this. But remember, as I'm teaching you about this, I want you guys to use your own example, all right? Because it works for any kind of example you have. 2 people already said better grades. So we're going to use that as the example, grades, all right? So for all you straight A students out there, use something else in this replacement. You're like, hey, I'm already maxed out. I'm straight A student. Use something else. I'm sure there's something you want. Like somebody just said it. I want to have better friends. Okay, well, that's a goal, all right? That's something you want. I can help you get it. Someone else said better relationship with their parents. I like that, actually. I like when a teenager wants to have a better relationship with their parents. Because oftentimes it's the parents, you know, the teenager are like, hey, I'm too cool. I don't want to. But the parents are like, I want my baby back. So I like whenever teenagers like, hey, I want a great relationship with my mom and dad. So first thing is this. Last week, I've explained it to you, but I want you to do this if you're new. Anytime you have a want, you must first write it down. That's the first thing you do is write it down. I don't care what it is. It could be the biggest dream that comes to mind. It could be something super long term. It could be something that is like you want it tomorrow. I want you to write it down. Now, the reason why we write down what we want is because our mind has a way of either convincing that we're not going to get it or making us believe that we're not good enough to get it. It's just too big. It's too hard to do. So when you write it down, you make it official, essentially. Because oftentimes it's like, I know one person was telling me that they want to make it to the Olympics. All right, that's a big goal, right? She said, that's my want. So what happens is this. If you don't write it down, what's going to happen is this. You're going to try, you're going to tell people, I'm thinking about going to the Olympics. And people are going to laugh at you. And be like, yeah, right. Like, you're not making it to the Olympics. And then you're going to kind of put the thought in your back of your head. And you say, you know what? I don't want to make it to the Olympics anymore. I'm more interested in engineering, right? Like, you don't just try to settle for something else. No. When you write it down, it's official. You can't scratch it out. You wrote it down. It's official. So step number one is write down what you want. Now, the cool thing about it is some of you guys have already put it in this chat. So that's cool. Let's really talk about what it is that you want. Oftentimes, I hear things like better and more. I hear things like, I want to make better grades, right? We always think that way. I want more money. I hear that a lot. So I remember coaching this teenager and he was like, listen, I want to make $3,000 a month. All right. And I'm like, awesome. He came in, he's like, I want this amount. All right. So that's one teenager. So then I coached another teenager. He's like, hey, I want to make more money. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to give you $1. All right. So you made your goal, right? That's your goal. You said more. So you have to be clear. So clarity is the key on your wants. So if there's anything that says, I want to be the best, I want to be better, I want more of this, I want better friends, you have to define what is better. Because if you're telling me I want better grades and your average is a 70, well, guess what? If you make a 71, you have better grades, right? So you have to be very specific. And the reason this is important is because the strategy you're going to come up with is going to be different. Because think about it. If the strategy is for you to get $1, well, hey, I can help you with that. Or if your strategy is to go from a 70 to 71, that's an easy strategy. But if you're trying to go from 70 to like 100, all right, now we have to come up with something else. That makes sense, guys? So thumbs up if that's making sense. All right. So for everyone who wrote down their wants and it says more, better, I want you to tell me again, what do you want? Be very specific. Remember, clarity is the key. You want to know it very detailed. I want to make a 90 or above on every single test I take. Okay. I want a friend that's trustworthy, that's going to ask me about my day, a friend that's going to keep my secrets, a friend that's going to make an attempt to hang out with me. You want to be very, very clear because your definition of better friend is different than my definition of better friend. All right. That makes sense? All right. So let me see. I like this one. This person says, I want to strengthen the bond with at least 3 friends and make 6 new ones. You see this example? Explain. Like, does that make sense whenever someone comes to me? Because I can help you, right? I can help you achieve your goals. That's what the whole point of a life coach is. That's why all the most successful people in the world have a life coach. I have a life coach because I want to push myself to the next level, right? But if you're telling me, hey, I want better friends, it's like, how can I even help you with that? But this person, I think it was Haley, she was super clear. I want to strengthen the bonds that I have with at least 3 friends, and I want to make 6 new ones. That is clear. So when we develop our strategy, we're very clear what we're going after. We're not going after 3 friends. We're not going after 4 new friends. If you have to average it, we're not going after 4.5 new friends. We're going after 6. All right. 6 is different than 5. So let's see what you got. Okay. I want my mom to trust me and to know that I'm not going to do something I'm not supposed to do. I like this. All right. So that's very clear. Instead of saying, hey, I just want a better relationship with my mom. It's like, no. Ultimately, I want my mom to trust me, all right? Because I'm going to make the best decision for myself. It just feels so much better if my mom can trust me. And not only trust me, but empower me to make these decisions. I like it. This person said, I want to be able to cook a full course meal in less time. So this is awesome. I like this. Now, if we had to make this even better, how would we change this? Who knows the answer? How can we change this based on what I just shared with you guys? So the statement is, I want to be able to cook a full course meal in less time.
Probably make a description of what the timestamp is that you wanted at.
Yeah, essentially. So it would be, I want to be able to cook a full course meal in 5 minutes or less, right? Because then now we know, okay, 5 minutes, right? That's perfect. So great job on that. Let's see who else. I want to medal at state meet. All right, so we said a medal. Is a medal like any medal, or do you guys have like a platinum or gold or a silver? So help me out on that. Tell me, help me out to understand the medal thing.
At the state meet, only top 3 get a medal.
Oh, okay, nice. So you want to be a top 3?
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. What sport is this?
Cross country.
Oh, nice. Awesome job. That is awesome. Yeah. So you see how clear Gabby's is. Gabby said, listen, I want a medal. So that means all she needs to do is get in the top 3. So that means our strategy to help her get there is, she has to, and I'm going to use Gabby as an example. Because I like this one. Because I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to use school and I'm going to use Gabby's example because I can really help you guys with that. All right. So one other person said, I want to win a national championship in bowling. That's cool. I'm trying to learn when I do the bowling. I try to learn to do the curl thing, right? And then when I go with my family, they always want to cheat. I think cheating is when you try to go in the middle and you just go straight over, because that's easy, right? I'm trying to make it look cool and curve around and hit the pins. But in any case, can you do that, Evan?
Yeah, that's what I do.
He raps, he can curl the bowling ball and knock down the pins. Man, this is awesome. All right, that's what I'm talking about, Evan. Once we're all clear about what we want, so that means in your list, and I'm telling you guys, I want you to be serious about this. If you looked at my list, I've crossed a lot of things out because I've already accomplished them. I mean, I'm serious, man. You think I tell you guys this and I don't use it myself? I mean, my list is long. And I crossed off the ones because they're done, right? And there's ones that are in the future that I put like a check mark so I know that's in the future, but I'm working towards it. But anyway, I want you guys, when you're achieving your goals, just cross them off and keep adding to the list. So once you're clear, remember, if it's like, I want more of this, you scribble it out and you write, I want 5 friends. Be clear. All right. So the next step is knowing what you want, being clear. And then what else is the next one? Belief. So the next thing you have to do is believe that you're going to get it. So I'm going to tell you how your brain works, because all of our brains does this. So when I hear some of the big ones, like I want to win a national championship in bowling, right? I'm sure at some point his mind was like, you're not going to get that. Like, that's so hard to do. Like, you're not going to do that. And we all do that. We always be like, hey, maybe I'm too short, or maybe I'm too tall, or maybe I'm too young. Like, our mind will naturally gives us excuses, like why we can't do this, right? That is going to hurt you of getting what you want. So I don't care what it is. You have to believe that you can get it. And I'm always encouraging you guys to, on your list, to have at least one goal that stretches you. So when I say a goal that stretches you, I'm talking about a goal that may seem so ridiculous that if you told your friends and other people, they'll probably laugh at it. They're like, come on, man, let's be for real. You're not going to do that. That's when you know you have a stretch goal. When you have other people saying like, man, you're not going to make that, then you know that's the goal for you, okay? So if you look at your list and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that, that's too easy, right? You need at least one goal that literally stretches you, that it's like this up and down type of thing, like Evan. I mean, when I talk to Evan has a desire to make it as a rapper, right? And he's probably thinking like, oh, I'm in school, I'm young. I probably should just give this up, man. Nobody cares about my music, right? I'm sure those like cycle through his head. You know why that cycles through his head? Is because he has a stretch goal. That's what I want all of you to have. Stretch yourself. You want to have that. The reason why this is possible is because if you look at all of the most amazing people who've accomplished amazing things in this world, they had to stretch themselves. This all started back a long time ago. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Roger. I think his last name is Baxter, whatever. Gabby probably heard of him, be honest. But in any case, back in the day, no one could run a 4-minute mile, like no one. It was impossible. They didn't believe it was humanly possible. Our muscles and our bones couldn't even do it. So no one did this. And then Roger stretched himself. Like, okay, let me see if I can do this. I know I can do it. And then he goes through this cycle. I can't do it. And he wakes up the next day. I think I can do it. I can't do it. I think I can do it. Like, we all go through this. That's why you know it's a stretch goal. And it's a great goal because it's going to help you push into higher levels. But guess what he did? He ran a 4-minute mile. He did it. And guess just magically what happened after he did that? Everybody else started doing it. Like, how did that magically happen, right? How did it magically happen? It's because of belief. You have to believe it. If you're telling yourself that I am not smart, or if you're telling yourself that I'm not good at online learning, if you tell yourself this, guess what your mind is going to do? It's going to say, okay, I believe you. And you're going to notice that you're going to do well at it. I can't become this great rapper. I can't medal in cross country. I'm too short. There are taller kids than me. Well, guess what's going to happen? You think you're going to medal? Probably not. You may get lucky, but most likely you won't. So I want to tell you guys, it's so important. You have to believe that you're going to do it. So I've had some big goals. I've had somebody tell me they want to be a gold medalist in wrestling. So plenty of people are like, come on now, you're not going to do that, right? You're just not going to do it. It's impossible for you to do that. But for me, I truly believe if she locks in and she truly believes she can do it, she's going to do it. And why is that? Who knows the percentages? Success is what? 80% what?
Mental.
Yes, that is right. It's 80% mental. That's so crazy, right? I bet you all your life you've been taught, focus on a strategy. I'm gonna guarantee you, you score like a C. And the first thing they want to do, give you a tutor. Or, hey, study longer. No. First thing should go to the mind. How are you feeling about school? When you go to math, are you like bored? Are you annoyed? You don't like the teacher? Well, guess what? That's going to impact how well you do because success is 80% mental. So your mind has to be strong. So the bigger question is this. How do you believe in something or believe in yourself when you don't believe in yourself? Think about it. If you really believe like, hey, I want to be Insta famous, or I want to be TikTok famous, it's so hard to get like 1 million views. Like I give up. Like, how do you believe in yourself? Maybe you're here now and you've probably already given up. How do I get you to believe? What do you do? Who knows the answer? So Alexis says, keep trying. Zion says, hey, just do it like Nike. Do it. Evan says, achieve it. Evan says, set small goals. Be your own cheerleader. I like it, Ian, because that means he's been paying attention to the last time. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys how to do it. So all of the advice that they're sharing in the chat right now is wonderful advice. To keep trying, yes. Set small goals, yes. Be your own cheerleader, yes. All those are perfect. And Ian is pretty much right, but I'm explaining to you. Now, the reason why you have to do more than like keep trying and set small goals is because honestly, if you don't believe something, it's hard to get motivated. We know that, right? Because we already said that. It starts with a thought creates an emotion, and your emotion will influence your actions. So if you truly believe that it's impossible to be TikTok famous, if you truly believe that, like there's no way this little guy like me, I can't even dance, like how am I gonna be TikTok famous, right? If you truly believe that, then it's going to be hard to be like, well, set a small goal. Or, hey, just do it. I like that, but you have to do something before you get to that. So you guys are right, but we have to do something first. First, you have to make yourself believe it. And this is how you believe. I'm going to explain it to you. So you might want to write this down because there's some secret type stuff here. All right. Some cool stuff. So I'm going to start with this. We know that our mind operates based on our beliefs. So our mind operates based on our beliefs. And we know that who's in control more, your mind or you? Who knows the answer?
Your mind.
Yes, your mind is in control literally 95% of the time. It's almost like you're like, man, like I thought I was kind of running things. You're not. That's why artificial intelligence works out so well because we're so predictable, man. As humans, we are predictable because our mind is in control and our mind looks for patterns. So our mind operates 95% of the time based on our beliefs. So, I put my hand here is because this is a program, right? Like on your phone and your computers, we all have programs. So your mind has a program and your program is the beliefs. So your mind every single time will turn to your beliefs and it will operate based on that, okay? So how do you get your beliefs up here? How do your beliefs get up here, all right? How do you write new beliefs? So there's about 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts swirling through our mind literally every day. 50 to 70,000. Now your mind can't believe all of that. It's too much. So it believes the things that you use in your words. So it believes what you speak. That's powerful there if you think about it. Just think about it. Your words are so powerful. You have no idea how powerful your words are. Because listen, it's almost like, I'm not sure if you guys ever seen like a lottery where it's like a bunch of balls and then it just shoots out one ball. Well, that's exactly what happens in your mind. You have so many thoughts swarming. And then what happens is this, you grab one and you speak it. Oh man, when you speak it, the mind's like, oh, that's a belief. And it writes it faintly. It's faint. It can't really read it yet. Because it's like, hey, maybe you just had a bad day. Maybe it's possible. We all have bad days. But then you speak it again. Bam, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. Okay, so it darkens the writing. And they say, okay, but maybe it's just one of those days. And then you speak it again, and you speak it again, and then it's like sealed. So your words is what will determine the program that your mind will use. So the question is this: how do you believe in yourself when you don't believe in yourself? What do you do? Come on, you know it. I see Haley smart. She knows the answer.
Is it be your own cheerleader?
So essentially, yes. So I know Ian said it earlier. So essentially, you have to use your words. So I'm going to use Gabby, for example. So Gabby's like, hey, I want a medal for cross country. But honestly, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, to be honest. She say, I don't believe it. I don't believe I can do this. So guess what she has to do to believe it? She has to start saying it. Just start speaking it. Because what you're doing is you're telling the mind, wait a minute, I can accomplish this. I am good enough. I am fast enough. I will medal, right? So you just tell it, hey guys, first say it to yourself so you're comfortable. I'm going to win. I'm going to medal. Every time you look in the mirror, I'm going to medal. Then guess what you do next? Start telling your family, hey guys, guess what? I can't wait till next week. I'm going to medal. I know I am. And you start telling your friends. And then you get on this chat and you start telling us. Because once you say it enough, it's going to be sealed. And your mind believes. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, thumbs up. All right, perfect. So I'm going to even talk about this one. Somebody said that I want to strengthen the bond with 3 of my friends. And I want to make 6 new friends. So right now, I know what she's thinking sometimes. She's like, hey, it's impossible to make friends during a pandemic. Give me a thumbs up if you believe that before. Tell the truth. It's impossible to make friends. Like, how you gonna do? We have masks, we're social distancing. See, a couple people believe that, right? So guess what? If you told that to somebody, say you said it to your mom. All right, guess what happens? Uh-oh, your mind is locking in, I'm telling you. Okay, it's impossible to make friends. And it's faint. It's okay. It's still faint at this point. And then you're going around and you're like, your mom was like, hey, why don't you go hang out with your friends? Mom, it's a pandemic. Like, it's impossible to make friends. Uh-oh. It's locking in again. It darkens it a little bit. And then, you're talking to one of your friends. It's like, man, our friend group is so small. I wish we could expand it. Hey, it's impossible to make friends during a pandemic. Uh-oh, it's locked in. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I believe it's impossible to make friends. Therefore, I don't feel motivated to go talk to people. I don't even feel inspired to think about creative ways to make friends. And guess what happens on my actions? I do nothing. And guess what happens at the result? No friends. So then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So in other words, it's like you just proved yourself right. See, Mom, I told you it's impossible to make friends. So that makes sense how that works. Let's look at it the other way. I'm going to pick this person. This person says, I want 1 million followers and 10 million streams. 1 million followers and 10 million streams. This is what this person wants, all right? Now, let's change it the other way. Let's say, for instance, he believes it. He doesn't believe it. He's going to start telling himself. He wake up every morning. I'm going to have 1 million followers, guys. 1 million followers. He started telling his mom, hey, Mom, guess what? Guess what I'm about to do, Mama? Guess what I'm going to do this year? I'm going to have 1 million followers. So guess what happens? The brain is like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm writing it there. It's still a little faint at this point. It's just his mom. He tells his mom everything. So I'm going to see if he's going to tell some other people. So he gets on this chat and he said, hey, guys, guess what? I don't know all of you guys, but I'm going to say it right here. I'm going to get 1 million followers. Man, the brain locks in and it writes it in. 1 million followers. It's locked in. So guess what happens now? He believes it. So then now he feels inspired. He feels motivated. He's excited about the idea of having 1 million friends. Seriously, he's excited. So guess what happens whenever he's alone? What he's going to be doing? He's going to be working towards it. He's going to be working on a plan to get 1 million followers. In fact, he may do some reading about it, how other people made it happen. He may start to put some lights in his room so people can think the lights are cool, like Mary. She has those lights. I think there's some lights in the background. So, that people like to see that. He may start putting his music out there more. In fact, he may say, hey, guys, I'm going to just kick a beat for you guys without any music, without anything that's programmed. I've already done before. I'm going to just go freestyle right now, right? So my point I'm trying to say is first, you got to believe. So let's recap because we got to go to the next step because I'll keep going on this point until I feel like you guys are with me. So first step is to write down all of your wants. So if you're writing it down, write your wants down. Listen, watch Gabby. See how Gabby's writing? As soon as I said write down your wants, Gabby said, oh, that is all you had to tell me. I mean, she's probably at like 90 by now, but you know what that means? Gabby's going to get what she wants. That's just the way it works. I'm telling you, if you study any successful person, you can study me. I'm successful. I'm telling you, I don't like to brag, but I'm telling you, I'm successful. But you can start studying any other millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires. If you study all of these people, they have goal setting locked in and they have an unbelievable amount of belief. I have zero doubt come across my mind. I'm telling you. I'm just telling you ahead of time. My brain has been conditioned. I've done a lot of this that I'm telling you guys. And I still do it to this day. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm guaranteed to get that. I have this really big goal coming up. Somebody said Grant Cardone. Yes, Grant Cardone. He's locked in. I'm telling you. So I have a huge goal. I want to do this world tour for teenagers all over the country. I'm talking about private jet, bouncing from a city to city with this life coaching tour. It's never been done before, but guess who's going to be the one to do it? Just guess. I'm going to help you out. Look at that. Bam, right there. I'm going to do it. Now, do you think I have any doubt? I can tell you, I'm going to be honest with this. There's literally zero doubt. Now, I know that's a big goal. And I know if I tell other people, they may be like, hey, bro, no one's ever done that before. But guess what? Well, nobody's not me because I'm going to do it. All right. I have zero doubt. And I want you guys to get to the point where you have zero doubt because that is the reason why I've been able to have so much success over the years because I literally don't doubt. I mean, I believe it 100%. In fact, when I speak it as if I already have it. I'm like, it's a done deal. So when Gabby is telling her friends, say, hey guys, you know what? I'm medaling next week. They'll be like, huh? They're gonna be confused. Like, what do you mean? You haven't even done it. Oh, I'm getting a medal next week. I'm just telling you. It's okay. I'm just telling you I'm getting a medal. I like what Evan says, speaking of existence. So we have wants. You have to be clear about what you want. You can't say better. I'm telling you. Remove better, remove more, remove all that from your vocabulary. I'm telling you, because that confuses everybody. Your brain doesn't even know what that means. Like, what do you mean more? I mean, I don't even know what that means. You got to be specific. Then is belief. You have to believe in yourself. And the way you believe in yourself is by speaking it. Now, yes, you may not believe what you're saying, but who cares? You speak it until you start believing it. All right. You speak it until you start believing it. In fact, I did this exercise with this teenager. It was years ago. I did this exercise and he refused to listen to anything I was telling him. He's like, hey, RJ, all what you say, hey, I get it, but what you're telling me, I'm not believing it. I'm like, why? This stuff works. I don't believe it. I said, okay, I'll bet you this. In 21 days, if you look at the sky and you believe that the sky is red, I will quit doing what I'm doing and say, you're right, this doesn't work. He said, okay, here we go. So I told him what to do. Every time, every single day, I want you to walk outside, look at the sky and say, the sky is red. That's what he had to do. So I said, you have to commit to 21 days. By day 14, he was like, I see red in the sky. Why did that work? Is because our minds literally doesn't even know what's real. It doesn't. Think about it. Your mind has no clue what is real or what is fake. It doesn't know. It doesn't know at all. This is the reason why you guys right now can think about an old memory and cry about it.
The placebo effect.
That's it, Zion. That's right. Zion is right. If you just Google placebo effect, it's something they have to do in medicine because they know the mind is crazy, man. I'm going to explain it to you really quickly because it's just so cool to me. You know, we have all these pills, right? Right now they're trying to say, hey, we're going to get this vaccine for coronavirus, whatever. But there's always different type of medicines coming on the market to say, hey, this is going to cure your migraines or this is going to cure your acne or whatever. All right. So early on, they would have a medicine and they'll have 100 people tested and then they got the change. So say, for instance, you have acne. They say, take this new medicine. It will get rid of your acne in 24 hours. So they give it to people. And guess what? 95 out of 100, acne was gone completely the next day. And it was like, yes, we are going to be rich. We found the magic pill, right? And then you know what? The FDA and all these people are like, we know how the mind works, buddy. The mind doesn't know what's real or fake. So you got to test it with something that's fake. So then they made this pill the same color, the same shape, but it's just full of sugar. And they say, you got to give it to another 100 people. So they gave it to them. You got to use the same things. Hey guys, this is a magic pill. It works. Take it. And they take it. And guess what? 93 people, acne was gone the next day. So guess what? It's like, no. You don't have a magic pill. What you did was you convinced them to believe that it works, and that doesn't count. So go back to the drawing board. This is a real thing. It's called the placebo effect. My point I'm trying to share with you is this. Your mind has no idea what is real or what is fake. All it knows is this. And what is this? Who knows it? What is this? What is it?
Your beliefs.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about is beliefs. So that's all your mind knows is your beliefs. That's it. Nothing else matters. If you believe the sky is red, guess what you're going to see? Red. If you believe that your mom is nagging you all the time and she's annoying, guess what you're going to notice? She's annoying and she's nagging you. If you believe that you are ugly and you're not beautiful, guess what you're going to see in the mirror? Somebody that's not beautiful or ugly. I'm telling you, your mind doesn't know. It literally looks at your beliefs. Does that make sense? Like, perfect example, like Emily. I love Emily's hair, right? I think her hair is cool. That's my belief. But if Emily went in her room, in her mirror, and she's like, I hate my hair, guess what she's going to think? Her hair is not good, even though somebody like me is like, man, that's so cool. That's what happens. Now you guys know the secret to believe in yourself and believe in everything you want.
I have a question, just like a clarifying question. So your mind acts off your beliefs?
Yes.
And your beliefs, you make your beliefs by saying them over and over?
Yes, that's exactly right. So the reason you guys believe what you believe right now is because of years of conditioning. You know, like for example, I had one kid I was coaching. He believed he was too short to play basketball. I'm too short to play basketball. That was his belief. He told himself, he said that. His mom was like, hey, go play basketball. Mom, I'm too short. I hate my height. I'm too short. So what I'm telling you is whatever you believe, your mind will think is real. And it's 95% of the time your mind is in control. Okay, Zion, we have a question from Zion. What you got for me, my friend?
I was thinking the same thing, but like with color blindness, like how people are colorblind. So I was thinking you might believe that they're colorblind. I don't know how to explain it.
I do know people, and I'm gonna tell you, I can use myself as an example. I'm gonna tell you this, guys. This is so true. And I'm so glad Zion brought this up because this is literally true. I'm so serious. You gotta believe me on this one. So I went to the eye doctor and I didn't want to wear glasses. So the doctor was like, hey man, you need a prescription. And I'm like, I'm not wearing a prescription. I can see far. I can't see far away, but I'm fine up close. This is all that matters. So then I went and I started eating carrots literally all day long. I'll eat carrots in the morning. I'll have it for lunch and I'll have it in dinner. And I literally did this for like a year and a half. And when I went back, this is no lie. And I'm so glad Zion brought this up because I completely forgot about it. I went a year and a half later and he was like, hey, your eyes are good. I'm like, bro, come on now. Are carrots really that powerful? Or was it that my belief? I don't even know, to be honest. They say if you eat carrots, it helps your eyesight, but I feel like I'm too old to make that help, but it worked. So that's all I'm saying. Beliefs are big. So let's recap and we're going to go to the next step. Number one is you have to what? Write down your wants. You got to know your wants. Number two, be clear about what you want. Don't say better and more. No. 3, you have to believe that you're going to get what you want. If you don't believe it, man, you might as well just cross it out because you're not going to get it. I'm just telling you. And now 4 is a time frame. Write it down. Time frame. You have to date it. You got to give it a date. That makes it real. Because if you're just telling me like, hey, I'm going to get 1 million followers one day, you know, that's going to be difficult to plan a strategy off of one day. I mean, even say, you know, he may say 20 years. Whew, that's a long 20 years, you know. So you need an exact date, all right? So for you guys who said, I want a friend, I need a date, all right? Because, yeah, you may get a friend in 30 years. You're right. You probably get a friend, but we don't want to wait 30 years, all right? So I need a date. Somebody else says, I want to medal. I need a date. I want to be a national championship in bowling. I need a date. I want a better relationship. Oh, they changed the better. I want my mom to trust me. We need a date. Okay, so this is a good one we're going to talk about. So how do you pick a date based on someone else, essentially? So this is a good example. I want my mom to trust me. All right, now if I was coaching her, we will even push that further. Okay, I want to know her definition of trust. Everyone has different definitions. So we'll push her definition. But let's just say, for instance, well, my mom tells me that I can't bring my phone in my room after like 6. And she has that little like, what's that little monitor? She checked everything I do, man. She follows me everywhere I go. I can't move without my mom. Like she's there. So maybe that's her definition of trust. So the question is, how do you pick a date when you need somebody else to give you what you want? Ooh, that's a good question there. The rule in the house is your door must be open when you have technology, all right? This is how you do it. So if you're relying on someone else, I say you pick a date anyway. Pick a date because we build our strategy off of a date. So even if I'm relying on someone else, like somebody else say, hey, I want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, right? How do you pick a date on that? Because you don't know what's going to happen, right? Because then you need another person. I mean, you're not going to date yourself. So then you would just pick a date. Just pick one. The purpose of the date is not saying that if you don't make it, you fail. It's helping us build the strategy. I told you my goal. My goal is a world tour. All right. I picked the date. It's going to be May 30th, which is my birthday. So it's an easy date for me to pick. And I'm doing year 2023. So May 30th, year 2023, I picked the date. Now I'm hoping, honestly, to do it before that. But I'll pick the date because this date will help me develop a strategy. So you guys pick a date. I don't care what it is. Pick a date. Write down your date. Write it down. Somebody says, I want to be a YouTuber. Write down a date where you want to do that. Somebody says by 25, I like it. Okay. Write a date down. Pick a date. This is for all of your wants. Okay. I'm not just talking about the big stretch goals, like, becoming the president of the United States, right? That's a big stretch goal. I'm saying for all your goals, it could be like, hey, I want to make straight A's on my next test. Well, guess what? You know the date. You should know your next test. You just write it down. I want some new shoes. Okay. Or write down a date. Pick a date. Alexis, pick the date. So what is your want that's going to happen on May 12th? Lex is like the one with the better relationship with her mom. I love this. So she picked May 12th of 2022. So that's giving her some time to really take this relationship to the next level. And I think the goal, her date is awesome. When we're dealing with a relationship, it can take time. So whatever date you have, scratch it out right there. Scratch it out. And now I want you to push it sooner. You got to do it. It's part of the process. Scratch it out and push it soon. Now, obviously, if one of your wants is like a set time, you can't do it. And it's okay. All right. I'm saying for all the ones, there's no set time. So for my YouTubers, my better relationships, my family, my more friends, my more money, my new car. Somebody wants a new car. Somebody wants a job. Scratch it out and go sooner. So scratch it, go sooner. And that's your real date. Because when I first said I was going to do this world tour, my mind immediately went to 10 years. And I'm like, nope, scratch it out. That's what I wrote down. I got to scratch it out. And I went sooner and I did 3 years. All right, so push yourself. All right, I bet my friends I'll be famous by November the 15th. Come on now, November the 15th of what? You got to tell me a date. I need a full date. November 15th could be like 2030 or 2089 or something. We need a date. Oh, man, I like it. All right, so my friend said he's going to be famous by November the 15th. So let's cue on his because his is like super soon. So I need to kind of work on him on this. All right, so here we go. So we have the date. Next thing is strategy. Now, I also want you guys to be realistic on your dates. Certain things you have to be realistic. So perfect example, it took me 11 years after high school to be an orthodontist. You can't say I want to be an orthodontist by tomorrow because it's just literally not possible. So when I'm saying being realistic, I'm not saying for this person that wants to be famous, he can say, I want to be famous tomorrow. That's okay. But if you're saying I think it was Gabby was like, hey, I want a medal. Well, she can't say I'm a medal tomorrow if there's no way to medal tomorrow. Does that make sense, guys? So make sure your want is in line. But if your want is something like, I want to be famous, I want to be Instagram famous, TikTok famous, I want a better relationship with my friends or whatever, you can pick any date you want for that because there's no structure for that. So finally, remember, I said clarity is key. Clarity. So Mason was like, hey, define famous. That's awesome there, man. Come on. That is so awesome because you could be famous in your high school. You could be famous in your family. You could be famous in in your city. So that is an amazing question. Great job, Mason. That's what I'm talking about. Now, do you want to answer the question for us? I'm going for 10K on Instagram. Now, do you see how wonderful that was? So Mason was all over it. I was a coach Evan. I was going to be like, hey, okay, famous, great. Define famous. And he just did it because Mason gave us a heads up. He says 10K on Instagram followers. All right, 10,000 on Instagram. That is his definition of famous. That's awesome. Now we can go to strategy mode. All right, now it's strategy. Now remember, success is 80% mental, 20% strategy. So what that means is this: what happens if your strategy does not work? Here's a strategy. Guess what I'm going to do with this? I tried it. It didn't work. Guess what? Throw it away. Next strategy. Come on. Throw it away. Next strategy. Throw it away. Next strategy. You know why? Because my 80% is so strong. That's why I'm going to be successful regardless, because my 80% is unwavering. The strategies, they're going to change. I'm going to tell you ahead of time. They're going to change. They will. But the 80% needs to be consistent, full belief that I'm going to make 10,000 Instagram followers by next month. November 15, he's going to have 10,000 Instagram followers, all right? So that's what we're going to do. So he's going to try something today. He's going to try. And if it doesn't work, is he like, oh, man, this is not going to work? No, because he's going to program it. He's going to say, okay, this is a strategy. Guess what? He reminds himself, strategy is 20%. I still got 80%. Throw it away. Another strategy. Throw it away. Another strategy. Here's my last thing I can share with you, because I'm telling you I can talk all day about this. In fact, I want to help Evan do this. I really do, man, because I'm going to prove to you that this stuff works. So I think next week, I'm going to just coach Evan the whole time, and we're going to make sure he get it. How about that? So I'm going to leave you guys with this final thing when you're developing your strategy. So you know what you want, 10K by November 12th. Or my mom's going to trust me, but we're going to define trust by May 12th. I'm going to medal. I'm going to have, 6 new friends by this date. All right. So you know that. Anytime you're developing strategy, you know where you're going, but you have to know where you are right now. All right. So you got to write that down. So if Evan wants 10,000 followers, in order for us to develop a strategy, we need to know how many he has right now. If you want 6 friends, we need to know how many you have right now. If you want to have a trusting relationship with your parents and you define trust, you need to know where are you right now? Because that's going to tell us what type of strategy that we can help you develop. Does that make sense, guys? So step number 1, you write down today. Remember, I'm a big believer in taking action immediately. Like Gabby, you saw Gabby. She got up, got her pen, and she started writing. So you take action immediately. Remember this in your head. Action takers are the ones who succeed. It's the action takers, not the one who's thinking, not the one who's doubting. It's the ones who do something. You got to do something. So right now, when we hang up this call, go to the pen and go to the pad, write down the things you want, write them down. Then you want to get clear on them. So if it's better or more or trust, or maybe it's famous, or maybe it's like popularity, right? What does popularity mean to you? So we need to be clear on that. So we're clear. And then the next step is you're clear, and then you have to believe. So then tonight, you need to start using the process of believing. Start speaking it, all right? Speak. And then after speaking it, hopefully you're going to believe it. And then that's whenever we have to do strategy. We'll come back to that. All right, does it make sense? So great job, guys. You guys follow each other. I like it. Cool, man. We covered a lot. Next week, join us because Haley's going to sing. Evan, I'm going to coach Evan so that he can get his 10K followers. So we're going to bring him through the entire coaching process. And I'm going to make sure he gets his 10K by November 15th. All right, well, thanks, guys. It's been awesome. We had fun. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoy listening to the group coaching session. And I also hope that you are able to learn something that would help strengthen the relationship between you and your teenager. Until next time, this is a teen's perspective, helping parents see the future.